Am I the a-hole for always confronting my mom on her double standards? I'm 21F. I have two sisters, 19 and 28. We all live with our mom. My cousin 15 also stays with us because she doesn't want to stay at her mom's. I just got a 9 to 5 job recently, and I barely have time to do anything when I get home. Before I started working, I used to do all the house chores myself, whilst taking care of my 1-year-old nephew for my sister. I never complained at. When my cousin didn't go to school, she had to help with chores which she didn't like, especially washing dishes. One week when I was still in driving school and she was off from school, she refused to do her chores because it's not what she wanted, even though I had to clean the house and cook at the same time. She washed some dishes and left some out and left the pots to rot. When my mom found the pots, she came and shouted at me, my sister, who witnessed the whole ordeal between me and my cousin after she refused to do her chores, defended me and told my mom that she was being unfair because she was shouting at the wrong person. Needless to say, my mom never apologized, and this continued over a couple of times. When we told my mom about this, my mom refuses to talk to her. Whether she's scared because she's not her mother or what. Fast forward to now, my little sister is also back from school. My cousin doesn't want to do chores when we're both around at home. She just hides in her dad's 1-bedroom house or her dad's shop and let my little sister and I do everything and even cook for her. Fast forward to today, I had a long day at work. Currently, she sleeps in my room with me. She just woke up and didn't clean the room. I came back from work and had to clean the room. She just came to me now and told me that we should go and wash dishes together. I asked her why the dishes were not washed because I just came home from work and I was super tired. And her response was, "You are not the only one who is tired." Besides her not wanting to do any chores, neither does my little sister. When I told my mom my concerns, she told me to keep quiet because I was gonna hurt her feelings. But what baffles me is that if I'm available at home and no one is around, I'm expected to do all the chores. But for my sister, she can only do one chore and she'll be untouchable. But if I only do one chore, she'll ask who I'm leaving the rest of the chores for. But when I mention the same thing, I'm called the bad guy. So am I the a-hole? Am I the a-hole for telling my mom I don't want to be her daughter anymore? For reference, I, 22F, am the only daughter and I have 3 brothers, 14M, 19M, and 29M, and my mother is 50. Since I was a child, I have always noticed she was harder on me and expected so much more from me than she ever did from them. I was a parentified child because my mom worked in a whole other city and came home on weekends. Our relationship was awful because I had to deal with the stress of getting my brothers to school, cooking dinner, getting them to get ready for bed while also managing schoolwork and clubs. I got into a prestigious school because that was literally my escape, and now I've graduated and I'm stuck back at home, which is fine except for the fact that the house is utterly disgusting, and I mean absolutely insane. Dishes piled up, dust on every surface, grime and nasty. She would lose her mind at me over the smallest piece of lint on the ground, and it just irritated me because it's like, wow, you actually never gave a shift about the house being clean. It was always about controlling me. But I have no money and she isn't making me pay rent, at least. So I cleaned my room, kept it tidy, and bought a fridge and stay in my room most of the time. A few days ago, she barged into my room calling me selfish for getting a fridge and asked me when I was going to clean the house. I went off on her and told her I didn't want to be her daughter anymore. I wanted to be her son. She has 3 able-bodied men in the house, and she obviously doesn't care if they clean, so just pretend I am one of them. She basically went on to say that she is never worried about me, but they need extra help. But my thing is, you put me into a role before I was ready, expected more of me and coddled them, and now you are surprised they can't take care of themselves. I think seeing her treat my youngest brother like an actual child and refuse to give him the same level of responsibility I had at that age made me even more mad. I feel bad for what I said because she was obviously hurt and is giving me the silent treatment, but the double standard is too much. I refuse to be a doormat anymore. Am I the a-hole?